I always wind up waiting, or I start talking right away, and then I watch the VOD, and it's like cut off the first 4 seconds. So we're definitely live now for Fireside Chat number 68, I think. I actually forgot the count. I'll double check on YouTube as I begin the intro here, but a fair amount going on this week, as a lot of people know. We did have Bjorn Starner exiled. Made an announcement about that and everything like that. I don't want to get too much into it, but that is what it is. And we've also got let's see. Well, we had Festival of Hope that went last weekend, and I know it got a little confusing with the names, but I think everyone had fun for the most part. This is the first time we've ever done something like that, so a lot of it was officers and everybody brainstorming, coming up with ideas, and everybody came up with this stuff about changing your avatar and name and stuff like that, making it all IR themed, which I thought was all awesome. I think it's like one of the best groups of ideas we've had for in a while. So I think it went really well. But if you have any thoughts for next year or anything like that, tell me you're an officer or anything, and we'll incorporate all that for sure. But with that said, I do still have the Hope/Stand quiz open. So if you're looking to get the upgraded mark, so any participation at all in the Festival of Hope, something as simple as putting the HLS tag on, will get you the normal Festival of Hope mark. But there's an upgraded version that can replace that one if you do some extra stuff, which does include posting in the Festival of Hope channel, which I'll leave open through July 31st, talking about why you chose your favorite Iron Yar. Alternatively, you can complete the Festival of Hope or quiz about Hope/Stand, which is link and announcements. If you missed it, message me. I can just give you the link. But if you scroll up, you can find that. You have to get at least an 8 out of 10 questions on there. And I did post my lecture on Hope/Stand on YouTube. I believe all the answers are in that. I listened to it again, and I was pretty sure I mentioned all of them. So that should work for you. If not, all the answers are in the WA timeline and the history of the clans, both in the Dane Edda on the forums. So that works too. And yeah, that'll all be running along with the HLS tags through July 31st, so this whole month. Whereas that one weekend is kind of the real celebration. The whole month is sort of the Festival of Hope as well. So I had that happen. I did do a mark update. It's in progress. I updated the marks guide on everywhere it is. So on the forums, on the spreadsheet, on Discord, it's all updated with the latest marks, which include the House Dane name quest mark and the second Hjorthing marks. I believe that was all I added. I'll add the Festival of Hope marks once July is over with, once I put those together. And there might be some other additions. We'll see. There's some in the works right now. So, but that'll be down the road. Right now, I've got that update done. So the next step is updating everyone's mark boards. So I will try to add it to double check most of the boards we have right now and add any marks people are missing. But it does take a while for me to figure out like which marks you have and which marks you don't. So it would be nice if you'd like an update, or just want a mark board and you don't have one, to just message me or use the form on the forums. It's a spreadsheet form you can fill out. It's also pinned in the marks gallery. So either of the or any of those methods to let me know, and you can request a background or anything like that, and tell me which marks you need, and I can put that together. But yes, I will be trying to go through and updating everyone's mark boards as soon as possible with that. I also updated the handbook, pocket guide, and recruiting guide. Should all be up to date right now. I think the big changes were, as I understand it, the House Dame name quests are optional. They are actually still listed as required in the handbook. So I have them listed there as optional right now, which is correct as far as I know, and does include that you get the mark if you do complete them. So that is updated. I also updated new Lord of Faustane. Congrats to Leda Frothy, who is former Prince heir, now the new Lord of Faustane, fourth Lord of Faustane, which is still a pretty, I think, impressive streak when you consider a lot of other houses. I know Dippity what are we on? I can't even remember what number I am. I'm like 11 or something like that. Commander, I think, is up there as well. So yeah, only fourth Lord of Housestein, but congrats to him, of course, and I think there's definitely going to be some more stuff coming out of Housestein from what I've seen from the council and the Housestein chat, everything like that. Of course, I'll leave it to them to reveal whatever or work on it, but yeah. In addition, there's a few things I'm working on in addition to the kind of the updating everyone's mark boards. There's some codex updates that need to get done. There's a few specific ones. In addition, I do want to go through and just double check every single codex entry, which we're up to almost 600, I think, now, so that will take a while. But yeah, if any of the scribes get a chance and you do go through and find anything, any entries that need updating or anything that needs to be fixed or anything, or even if you just want to go through and you find some like pick a category on the forums or on Discord, like, oh, let's go at events and just like look through all those, make sure they all look good, or if any need fixing, let me know. That would be a huge help. But yeah, I will try to get through all that. And a few other kind of random things. One that McGunner, Dane's recruit, brought up was that we don't really have an abridged history of WA, so that's something I want to work on. That one I'll probably work on pretty soon. Something like a page or something like that. Nothing too crazy, but go into a little bit of detail. But just kind of describes our whole history from 2001 to the present. That isn't like the WA timeline, which is fairly streamlined, but a little bit hard to sift through. So I want to work on that. I do need to update the organization graphic I've got here. So I'm going to update that with that's just going to have a visual guide to all the houses, great companies, warbands, and families we have with all the coats of arms and stuff. And one thing that Dane brought up was a Fireside summary, like some kind of just like a written paragraph or something like that that summarizes everything we talked about. I do think that's a good idea. It is something we actually did for a couple weeks about a year ago, I want to say. Quite a long time ago, at least. And yeah, I do think it's a good idea. I don't know if anyone who wants to do that, anyone in the Scribes Guild or anyone wants to volunteer to do that. I know Kusi's been doing the archives posts that kind of give a brief summary, so I don't know if that's good enough or not, but that's something that I did want to bring up. I think that's pretty much the last thing, so I guess we can discuss that and or anything else anybody wanted to bring up. But yeah, does anybody want to volunteer to just write like a little bit, and it probably would post it in archives too, or just go into a little bit of detail, just listing all the issues we talked about in each fireside.
Vest,
I can probably do that.
on that,
Been
you might
watching
want to
the
get
past
like
videos.
timestamps, so like someone watches it and then, okay, here's a topic this time. So like if you scan through the video, you can say, well, oh, I was looking for this topic, let me jump straight there. I think that would be helpful if you're going to do that at all.
I could be able to do that.
Sweet. Well, yeah. I mean, anybody who does, I'll let's see. Who all said they would want to? And you guys can always like each like swap off every other week or whatever, and I make it even easier, so nobody has to worry about doing it every single week.
Glaurung volunteered.
All the brownie points.
Glowering. Anybody else?
Me too.
All right. Awesome. All right. Sweet. Well, if anybody else does, let me know. But I wrote your two guys' names down, and yeah, I think having timestamps would probably be a good idea. I can always copy your guys' summaries into the YouTube video description too, and add links to the timestamps even. But yeah, that would be awesome, I think, and would probably just help people a little bit. I mean, I know you can go back and listen to the VOD, but maybe that's not convenient for everybody. I mean, this would just be something even quicker, so thought it was a good idea. But sweet, thanks, guys. And yeah, like I said, that was the last thing. So, hey, I'll just throw it out. Anybody has anything they want to bring up? Any questions, concerns, issues, anything like that?
I'll be able to do it more starting next week, not this week, because I came in a little bit late.
All right, sounds good.
Guardians of Rand meeting after this one. Just heads up, guys.
All right, cool. One thing I just came to mind that I think I'm gonna do is either edit our forum thread that lists recruitment posts and stuff to make it just miscellaneous jobs, or make a new thread where I just list stuff like that. Like I wanted to list that Lamas is making the calendar, you guys are doing the Fireside summary, just to have that down somewhere if anyone's curious, or just so we have a record of it. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that.
In case you got to hunt somebody down to say, hey, I have a question, you know where to go.
Exactly, yeah. Well, alright, does anybody have anything else they do want to talk about? Dang, well, sounds like no. One thing that did just come to mind for me that I forgot is the next lecture. I did say I want to do at least 3 this month, so my plan is to take a look at my schedule tomorrow and announce the date for the next one tomorrow. I'm thinking it will be pretty soon, like sometime, probably sometime next week, like between Monday and Friday. And then I'll probably actually announce both, possibly, but the third one will probably be that subsequent week, which might get into August if it's as late as Thursday, but should be good enough. But the next one will be on the First Imperium era, and then the third lecture, I haven't decided on a topic yet, so if anyone does have any ideas or requests, feel free to hit me up with those, and I can do that. But yeah, this will probably be next week. We'll have a lecture. It did seem to work kind of well to have it right after Fireside, but I might mix it up a bit. We'll see. We'll see. I'll look at my schedule and announce it tomorrow. But regardless, it'll be on YouTube for everybody to watch the VOD if they can't make it live. And that will also count for the upgraded Festival of Hope mark. And if you, for some reason, can't discuss your Einar Yar or fill out the quiz, but you can watch the VOD for that, but can't attend live, message me and I can briefly quiz you on the content of it to prove you watched it. But hopefully, between all those options, everyone's covered for anybody who wants to go after the cooler version of the mark. All right. Well, does anybody have any closing thoughts? I guess we're kind of winding down here, I think, or anything that came to mind in the meantime.
Hey, Vest. What's our next event after the Festival of Hope?
So that is probably going to be, let's see, the House Commander Festival, I'm thinking, unless I'm forgetting something. And that is going to be, well, let's go to the Codex, let's go to Traditions, and I believe it is Teresa, is that right? No, Selja. The Festival of Selja will be on August 31st. I know there was, Athvaler was talking about a potential festival of good deeds, I believe he called it. It's something he's been working on. I haven't heard anything about that, so as far as I know, it's not going to be happening, unfortunately. I know Athwaller's been on LOA a bit as well. But if do hear that is coming back out, we'll definitely announce it. But I believe the next one will be August 31st, the Festival of Selja, hosted by House Commander.
Sounds good. Cool.
Yeah, and I know there has been some rumblings in the Gladiators Guild as well about hosting some recurring tournaments, which I think would be cool. Maybe even something a bit smaller scale. I know running a Hjorthing or a Yarnrith are both pretty big deals. Maybe something a little bit smaller, something on one game or something. I know Solite was talking a lot about this, just maybe just League of Legends or some other game, but just something where, okay, maybe not everybody can participate, but it's also a little bit easier to run, and also potentially some that are open to the public, so presenting some recruitment opportunities, stuff like that. But all in the planning stages, but just stuff I thought I'd throw out that we are discussing at least. And I guess in going with that, I'll mention that pretty much all the guilds are recruiting, as far as I know. I mean, it's not very difficult task to gain entry. So if you are interested in writing or record keeping stuff, Scribes Guild's always looking for help. If you're looking interested in any kind of competitive events, organizing tournaments, stuff like that, that is the Gladiators Guild's speciality. So definitely could use more people there as well, especially if we want to start doing recurring tournaments. Going to need a lot of kind of staff and stuff to organize those. So if anybody is interested in that, message me. Me, Conungrumir, Managodi, and Solite are all in it at present. Although actually any officer can give you the role for it, so really any officer.
On that topic, I'm curious. Do we have anyone leading the effort on Minecraft? Because I know there's been a lot of players playing recently, and I'm just curious. Anyone organizing anything? Because I heard rumblings of an event at some point.
I hear that Friggs is working on some sort of event.
Okay. Because I know there's an impromptu war between the Brits and the Americans, but something a little more organized would be cool.
You talked to Artie about that. I think she's working on that with Athvaler, but Athvaler's on LOA, so she might be the one to talk to about that.
Okay, sounds good.
Implying that the United States of America is neither good enough nor organized. Fucking disgusting.
I'm being
Canadians.
Sweden in that. I'm kind of going off in my own direction and hiding in the wall.
Correction about this impromptu war. We're currently in peace talks with Britain, and we will get back to you.
These
with
talks
updates.
broke down badly.
That has not been proven.
The peace talks haven't even taken place yet. Give it until Monday before you throw in the towel.
The war is going bad.
Well, yeah.
Firearm
So
is not even a factor.
from what I know, yeah, there's I did hear about the Friggs one, and I don't know if there's some. I know Kusi has been talking to me about looking at more centralizing our efforts on League of Legends. So that's definitely something I'm all for, as far as kind of consolidating games to fewer warbands and kind of getting everybody in those if possible. So I definitely could see a Minecraft warband or a warband with Minecraft as one of their primary focuses. So if anybody does want to lead that, could talk to me. Potentially, we could have a new Minecraft warband, or a current warband could add it on. Some of them basically have a de facto Minecraft focus already with how many people play it. But yeah, to my knowledge, there's not like one specific, Minecraft leader right now. But I definitely, yeah, a lot of people are playing it, and I am all for, more organizing that. If anybody does want to look at changing warband focuses or making a new one or anything like that to better organize that.
Right now, Minecraft is a bit of a well, some might call it a Wild West, but others could call it a commune of sorts.
I was
Kinda
looking
all
at server
just-
spawn.
We're yeah, that's probably our main issue right now on the vanilla server. Our spawn is kind of whack. Right now we're looking at if we do wipe the vanilla server, of doing a community project though, involving everyone on the server, of like rebuilding spawn and making it look real nice, and kind of having much more of a cooperative approach to the game than we have in the past. So I think
Sounds
it's
like
great.
communism to me.
Sounds like something that'll actually work to me.
The reason
Minecraft,
Right.
unlike the real world, is a perfect world.
the reason I brought it up is specifically because I'm more of a co-op guy, as we all know, and I was looking for or an organized event of sorts to get back into Minecraft, play with a bunch of people, and do something fun together. Instead of me coming in, there's already these giant builds, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna log off, or
Exactly why.
logging in, and then
Doing
it's
stuff.
like Americans and Brits yelling at each other. So I'm looking for more of a concerted effort. It'd be a lot more fun for me, I think. And that's the reason why I asked. Is there anyone leading that charge? It'd be really cool.
We could definitely have something like a Minecraft night as well, if anybody wants to kind of volunteer to host that too. That's something we could do and add to the calendar.
I am down for that. And Sunday nights are currently open, free and clear. I think the Minecraft players will talk about it, and if we come back with something, an event, I guess, then we'll let you know how it pans out.
Sweet, sounds good. Well, does anybody have anything else they want to bring up before we wind down here?
I guess I have a general question, just for everybody about their interest on playing shooters with the clan. Because right now, the only game I know of that everyone plays together that is a shooter is Rainbow Six. And personally, I love the genre, and I would love to have other people to play shooters with in the clan.
Did you have any
Colga's-
an idea, like a specific game in mind?
Lots of different things. I mean, Apex comes to mind. It's free. It's on every platform. It's semi easy to get into. You know, like it's a battle royale. So, but there's plenty of other things. Like for instance, Eld got us
Oh yeah, yeah.
Zombie Armor Trilogy. Although that may fall under more of like Moon's favored with the co-op aspect of it, but to me it's still a shooter. And some people might have it. Then there's like Left 4 Dead 2, things like that, CS:GO, all that. And so if people are interested in playing shooters, like just the shooter genre in general, on a more regular basis, then I definitely want to know about that because I'm also interested in that. I just don't know what the interest is like in WA right now.
Gotcha.
I mean, Kolg is the competitive warband. They would probably have the most shooter gamers of the warbands that I can think of.
Yeah, we do have quite a few.
Yeah, I'd say touch base with Manny. Maybe float some ideas in Kolga's chat and see who bites.
I think that's a good idea. All right, that's all I got.
Cool, that'd be fun. Honestly, I used to play a lot of FPSs like way back, so I might be down to pick some up. We'll see. But regardless, yeah, that would be cool to get underway. I know we did have a CS:GO night and it's a bit of a CS:GO group a while back, but I think some of those members that really gung ho about that went inactive LOA or just kind of reverted to guests or something like that, and that kind of disappeared. But I definitely think we could get something going again. Cool. Does anybody have anything else? Sounds like no. All right. Well, cool. Thank you everybody for showing up. Thank you anyone watching live or watching the VOD. We will be back next week. We also on this Twitch channel will be having the lectures as well. As I said, we will be having the next lecture on the First Imperium era next week. I'll announce the specific day and time tomorrow, and I'll try to announce the last one of July, the third one, as soon as possible. And all those will go up on YouTube and everything. So yeah, but for sure we'll see everybody next week, 5 p.m. Pacific on Thursday. So see everybody then.
Cool.